Hello everybody, hope they are good. What's going on with Bitcoin? Yesterday we had CPI data, that's the inflation report. It came lower than expected. The inflation is coming down. That's good news for Bitcoin, bad news for the dollar. Today we had PPI data, that's another different report for inflation. It also came lower than expected, which is good. We're having 2 days in a row positive news regarding inflation. But what is Bitcoin doing? It's not even reacting to it. Okay? I was telling you yesterday that the most likely thing was to see some kind of a false move. I was expecting this false move to be to the downside first. It was to the upside with this week. Okay? This could be a surprise, this move here. We're going to talk about it now, but this is structure. This happens in every single volatile news announcement. Okay? And I'm going to go through it now. Usually, you see some kind of a wick. That's the false move. Then price reverses into the opposite direction, okay, and leaves liquidity pools behind. You have these two large red candles, okay. Then what happens in the same day, usually, or in the next day, as it's the case of today, they get retraced. Okay, this one already here got retraced, and now this one it's on the way to get retraced. Okay, so it's very likely that Bitcoin makes a move to the upside today. Okay, now with the positive CPI data report, I was expecting, pretty much the opposite thing going on, okay? Because I was expecting, to see a false move to the downside, okay? And then this false move to leave also liquidity pools, so then we could retrace them and also go towards the wick, okay? But you can see that the story was very different, so I was wrong yesterday. I even say on Twitter, I'll tell you, when I'm wrong, I have no trouble saying so, okay? But Bitcoin, this is true, Bitcoin is lagging. Now it's reacting, okay? But Bitcoin, it's lagging. Check out the dollar index, okay? Let's go to the dollar index. What's the dollar index doing? It's bleeding, okay? The dollar index is bleeding. Why is Bitcoin not reacting to this? Let's go to the S&P, okay? SPX 500, let me go to Capital.com. That's the one I like. If I'm not wrong, where is it? Well, I can't find it, but it's okay. Let's go here. Look at this, to the upside. Why is Bitcoin not reacting to this? Okay, because Bitcoin is usually the last one to move, but I was surprised, to be honest, that it was lagging that badly. I was expecting some kind of move to the upside yesterday, but it's coming today, guys. So anybody like me that was into longs yesterday, okay, I entered a long at the 4-hour 50 MA. Let me go there. 4-hour 50 MA. Then we lost it here. Was testing a resistance, and I was like, okay, something is going on here. It doesn't make any sense. This, this has to be then the false move. And then I had the idea that this liquidity pools here, sorry, I'm getting there. I was getting the idea that these liquidity pools here have to get retraced, okay? And now, if you even notice, you have here a beautiful W formation. Check this out, okay? This is a W formation, guys, okay? That's W formation. Then you got the retrace towards the 1-hour 50 MA and also the mid-range. And now this is ready to go higher. Okay, so that's why today I'm favoring higher prices. Okay, so my long is at 30,435. I've just checked before the video, so exactly was the 50 MA. I held yesterday because the position was quite small. I was debating with myself if to add position here at a loss to get a better entry. I did it at the end. I just held the trade. I'm not recommending to hold a trade at a loss, but I was very confused. I was saying, why is this coin not going up? It doesn't make sense. The dollar is dropping very heavily. So that's what I think, guys. I think that from here, go to the 4-hour time frame. We are above the 50 MA in the 4-hour time frame. We are above the mid-range. We are testing our support in the 1 hour. Sorry, in the 1 hour, we're also above the 50 MA. Tested our support. So we have here a lot of support in this zone here. Okay, that's why this zone was a good zone to enter the trade. Okay, of course, if you enter the trade here at this stage here, when you could see the W formation forming, you got the best entry, okay? But today, at least, I'm gonna favor higher prices, same as yesterday, okay? Because I think that Bitcoin is, it's lagging. What worries me I'm not gonna lie to you. What worries me is that if Bitcoin has lagged so much, okay, now for example, maybe the dollar index could, retrace a bit and go up, or the S&P could retrace a bit and go down. How is Bitcoin going to react to it? Okay, is Bitcoin gonna lag from that move, or is Bitcoin gonna drop immediately and don't lag that move? That's the only thing that is of concern. So be careful with your stop loss. Make sure you have a stop loss in place, because it's true that the S&P and the dollar index chart, they both are a bit overextended. They are due to a retrace, and we still don't know how Bitcoin is gonna react to it. Okay, but yeah, I can reassure you that the liquidity at the moment is mainly to the upside. Okay, why? Well, mainly because this week here hasn't been filled yet. Okay, you have here the 50% of the week and the full week. That week hasn't been retraced yet, so that's a cause of concern for anybody that is running shorts now. Of course, I'm the first one telling you there is a lot of liquidity here too. Okay, look at these liquidity pools. Check out these inefficiencies in the chart. Okay, these are gonna get filled sooner or later. That's my idea. Now, is it possible that Bitcoin goes first towards this 50% of the week here? Okay, if there is enough momentum, then I've told you my target would be the 100% of the week, and of course a deviation above the range highs here. Okay, so that will be a deviation around here between 31,800 and 31,700. Okay, if you see a deviation here and then Bitcoin gets back inside this range, so that's below 31,430, then I'm gonna enter shorts here. Okay, that's my plan for midterm. That's what I would take a swing short, and then I would start to target the mid range, the range lows, and a breakout below this range. Okay, of course I'm not dismissing the idea that Bitcoin could still go higher. Okay, get out of this range and do another pump here, but all this zone here, this is resistance. Okay, where we are now is resistance, but there are plenty of resistances here also in higher time frame, so you have to be very careful, because a deviation, if we get a pump here even to 32,200 and then we get back into the range, I'll take that as a deviation too. Okay, just a larger deviation, but there are many resistances here. I don't think Bitcoin from here can go to 40k. I'm not gonna talk about that. Okay, but it's possible that we get one last pump. Okay, I'm even favoring a pump to at least 31,700, and then from here I'm gonna start to look for potential deviations and zones to short. Okay, of course I'm not gonna jump into short straight away. That's a bad idea. You have to wait for momentum to pivot to the downside. Okay, but we'll talk about it when we get there. Okay, now let's go to high block capital. Let's also check the order book. Let's check where the liquidity is. Okay, this is high block capital. We're gonna start by checking the open interest profile. Okay, here basically what I take into consideration are these long spikes. They're gonna act as resistance and support, and also these gaps here. Okay, you have here a gap at 31k and another gap, sorry, around 31,250. Okay, these gaps act as magnetic zones. Okay, that means the price usually tends to move towards these zones to fill this space here, so orders can open here. Okay, they can trigger limit orders, and by that, they're gonna bring more liquidity into the chart. Okay, that then they can hunt later on with the liquidation. So the open interest profile, at least in the 7 days time frame, okay, is also going to help us to favor prices to the upside towards 31k and 31,250. Now, if you go into the liquidation heat map, okay, let's have a look what is going on here. 12 hours time frame. Let's see if we see something interesting here. Okay, the brightest bar is going to be $31,025. Here also 30,750. There is quite a lot of liquidity to the downside also. I'm not gonna lie to you, but in the 12 hours time frame, I usually go with the brightest bar, okay, and that's a 31k too. So this could favor the idea that it's possible that today we could see 31k. Now, 7 days time frame. This is gonna get interesting. I had a look at this chart this morning. Here, what gets my attention is that we are right between two massive liquidation zones. Okay, to the upside, we've had this one for a long time, 31,350 and 31,250. So this zone here, there is a lot of liquidity, but we've been having a lot of liquidity here for a long time, okay, since here. Now with this spike here, it created more liquidity, okay, more liquidations. So again, could this be a trick from the market maker, this spike here, and then the retrace, just to, you know, build more liquidity at the highest levels? Okay, that was yesterday with the CPI, by the way. This could justify the false move to the upside yesterday and their drop. Okay, I think yes. This also matches with the week in my chart in the 4-hour time frame. So 31,350 should be taken sooner or later. Okay, that's what I think. That's what I'm confident. Of course, you have liquidity to the downside, 29,650. This is basically around the range lows. Okay, around the range lows. And here a drop, you know, below the range lows could be a deviation, 29,200. But here, you know, thinking that this spike here could have been only to increase the liquidity here yesterday with the CPI, I'm gonna favor also in the 7 days time frame that we take this liquidation zone first. Okay, at 31,250, 31,350. Of course, I might be wrong with this one, and if so, I'll tell you I'm wrong, but that's what I think. Also, 1 month time frame, we're gonna check that liquidation zone here. Check this out. 31,700 is still a lot of liquidity here, and it keeps increasing. Okay, that's why I'm telling you about the potential deviation above the range highs. Okay, because also if you notice, you know, when we hit 31,700, you know, it's probably gonna make 31,800 the next level also turn into a yellow bar. Okay, because here there is also a lot of liquidity already. Okay, so potentially you would, you know, aim for a deviation a bit higher than 31,700, maybe 31,000. Well, I would say between 31,700 and probably 32k, also psychological number. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna look into. A deviation above here, then get back inside the range, and then that's what I'm gonna short if we get that scenario. Okay, so that's pretty much what High Block Capital is telling me. We're gonna go now into the order book. Let's check what the order book is saying, where we can see more liquidity. Okay, this is the order book. This is what the order book looks like at the moment, and you have to guide yourself at those bright red bars. Okay, and also at the right you can see the amount of Bitcoin stuck in those levels in forms of limit orders, liquidation levels, and stop losses, because all of those are orders and they're gonna be present in the order book. Okay, so you know that's kind of like the vague description of liquidity. Okay, all of those that are set limit orders, stop losses, and liquidations, they form what we call liquidity. Okay, so at 31,000 you can see 323 bitcoins, okay, in forms of short liquidations, short limit orders, and also stop losses. Okay, so that's the zone in the chart. If you check, I would favor also to the upside in this chart. Okay, I think that, you know, you can see price making a move to the upside. We have more liquidity to the upside also, and it seems that price is trying to target those zones in the chart. Okay, 31k. Also notice how around 31,550, I would say, or 500, there is also quite a lot of liquidity. Okay, that could be your deviation again. All right, so based on the book, I also have to favor higher prices. It seems that everything is matching up. Okay guys, we're back into Bitcoin. It's 2 o'clock UTC time. The New York session is gonna start now. We'll probably get some kind of a stop hunt right at the start of the session. Okay, a false move. We're gonna see what they do. But in general terms, by looking at the chart, I see quite a lot support here. Okay, I also see a potential W formation here. Okay, and then based on High Block Capital, I see quite a lot of liquidity at 31k, and based on the other book also. Okay, so in general terms, I'm gonna favor higher prices. My long is from here, 30,435. I think I said it was. So that would be around here. Probably matches with the 4-hour time from 50 MA. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna let that position run in. Let's see how it does. Okay, again, it's quite a small size. It seems that Bitcoin is still lagging quite a lot. So I'm just a bit cautious what's gonna happen when the dollar index and the S&P retrace a bit. Okay, I'm maybe wondering if Bitcoin is gonna retrace with it, or it's gonna continue lagging, and then it can finalize the move to the upside before another retrace. Okay, so that's what I mean, guys. Be careful with your trading today. Also, I was saying based on high block capital, a lot of liquidity at 31k, and based on the book also. Okay, so that's what I mean. We could see some kind of a W formation, retrace. We've had that, then another pump. Then we could see another retrace, and then finalize the move in this zone here. Okay. Of course, then you have the 50% of the week, but who knows? They are taking quite a long time to get there, so maybe they leave that for next week. Okay, guys. For now, I'll tell you, if you are trading today, Bitcoin is quite slow, so there might be more opportunities even in the forex market or in the stock market. That, by the way, I'm thinking, should I start to film videos, talking about the forex market and the stock market, or do you guys are only interested in crypto? Okay, because yeah, I can also trade forex and the stock market. So I wonder what you guys prefer. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.